You're listening to the Chronicles of a Gooner, the Arsenal podcast.
I'm Martin Tyler, and you're listening to Harry Symeou.
Hello and welcome back to the Chronicles of a Gooner, the Arsenal podcast brought to you by 90 Min and kindly sponsored for the month of December by our friends over at Pro Prep. It's a live watch along. We haven't done one of these in ages. I don't think we've done one since the lockdown, since the initial lockdown. And the reason for that is because I'm at a lot of games. Work means that I do have to move around a bit. And so it becomes difficult to do these. But we made a little bit of a thing of them during the initial kind of COVID period because we were all stuck at home. I thought it'd be great to sit and kind of watch the game in the company of a lot of you, albeit via sort of the internet. So here we are. We're back. Another watch along. It's Leeds United versus Arsenal from the English Premier League. It's the only English Premier League game that is going ahead today. The rest of them had been postponed yesterday with, of course, Aston Villa and Burnley due to play earlier today. That one was postponed just a couple of hours before kickoff, which left a lot of Arsenal fans sitting there going, well, you know, what's going to happen here? Is the Arsenal game going to go ahead? So there's been a lot of uncertainty. There's been a lot of question marks around this fixture. Mikel Arteta has just alluded to the fact that Arsenal do have some cases within the camp, that the London Colney training ground had to be closed after the win over West Ham United on Wednesday. So the preparation for Arsenal, although Mikel has pretty much everybody available, barring Sambi Lokonga, who has tested positive for COVID, if you're wondering why he's not in the side. You know, the preparation's not been ideal. But for Leeds, there are plenty of problems too. Leeds United are without, I think, 11 players at this moment in time, not due to COVID, due to injury. So it's a real problem for Marcelo Bielsa's side. Everybody, I think, that was sensible understood that they were going to have a difficult second season. Often the second season is difficult for teams who have just been promoted. But Marcelo Bielsa couldn't have envisaged this many injuries. And that's, I think, largely why Leeds are where they are. They've just won one game in their last 7. They're coming into this off the back of a 7-0 defeat to Manchester City. So, you know, it doesn't look good for Leeds, but Dr. Arsenal is here. And it would be so typical Arsenal, wouldn't it, with the whole country watching because of the lack of football elsewhere, that we go there and make a mess of this. Now, this is a real chance for Arsenal to open up the deficit on West Ham United, who currently sit in 5th. And actually, right now, Arsenal going into the Christmas period in 4th. It's the first time we've done that for 5 years. So lots to be positive about. I think it is a really strong side. Let me quickly take you through the side if you haven't seen it already. Ramsdale is the goalkeeper. It's a back 4 of Tomiyasu, White, Gabriel, and Tierney. In midfield, it's Partey and Xhaka. Odegaard continues in the 10 role. Saka from the right, Martinelli from the left, and Alex Lacazette leads the line for the Gunners. On the bench are Leno, who returns. He's been missing from the substitutes bench of late. Holding, Chambers, El Neni, Tavares, Cedric, Pepe, Emil Smith-Rowe, and Eddie Nketiah are all available to be called upon should Mikel Arteta need them. Big hello to everybody joining us in the live chat. Kickoff is around about 9 minutes away. Looking forward to getting into it. Looking forward to taking you through the game. I was due to commentate on Manchester United versus Brighton today, so I'm nice and fresh. Because normally, well, I've had a few kind of times where I've been asked to do like 2 games in a day. And it really tires you out. Once you've done the first one, your kind of batteries go flat. So I'm, in a way, not having a game earlier on today to commentate, although it means I directly lose money just before bloody Christmas, which isn't ideal. It means I'm nice and fresh for this one. So looking forward to it. Don't forget, hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. We'd love to have you on board. We're so close to hitting 17.5 subscribers here on YouTube. We want to get, remember, by the end of the season, or by the start of the next season at least, to 20k here on YouTube. So please do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I really, really do appreciate it. Before we drive right into it, let me just bring you guys a quick message from our sponsors on the channel at this moment. ProPrep. ProPrep is the perfect study tool for university students undertaking science, tech, engineering, or maths related modules, and it can halve your study time. ProPrep provides bite-sized videos relevant to the module or course, which can be accessed from any device at any time, and it's already helped over 500,000 students to pass their exams. They provide customized STEM study tools that match your syllabus. Long lectures are condensed into short and clear video tutorials, and after the videos, you can go through what you've just learned with interactive exercises or practice questions. You can even submit questions to the ProPrep professors, and you will receive a video answer within 24 hours. ProPrep have created a special offer just for our listeners. All you need to do is go to their website, proprep.uk/info/football. You can sign up for a free 30-day trial there, and you do not need to enter any credit card details. So check out ProPrep, the ultimate study tool, and we thank them for their kind sponsorship. Right, let's switch over, because I have got the famous old crowd ambience to just play in the background, because I don't want it to sound completely dead. So I want you guys to let me know if you can hear it coming through in the chat box, if it needs to go up a bit, if it needs to come down a bit, because I can't hear what is coming through, which is really, really bloody annoying. I'm not good at tech. I've told you guys this before. Getting this stuff on the side of the screen is about as far as it goes for me. I've been trying for ages to try and sort out a match clock, and I couldn't do it. So I've just left it. So I promise you, throughout the game, I will be bringing you updates as to what minute I'm on exactly, so that you can try and sync it as best as possible. Leeds versus Arsenal. Big, big game. You know, big opportunity for Arsenal to, as I say, extend that gap on West Ham United, currently in 5th. Can we do it? That is the big question. I don't really know how I feel about this game. I was thinking about this earlier today, because on the one hand, it's great if we play and we win, because it adds pressure on everybody else. You know, what it does to the teams that are chasing us is it puts them in a difficult position, puts them under pressure. You guys are saying that it's quite loud. I've just turned it down a little bit. Give me a thumbs up if it's okay. I'm relying on you guys. You guys are my ears at the moment, so let me know. Give me a thumbs up in the chat box if it's okay now. If it needs to go up a bit, tell me. If it needs to go down a bit, tell me. But yeah, not really sure how I feel about this game being played, because we're, as I say, we're in a place where if we win, it looks great and it puts pressure on everybody else. But if we don't win, then we'll be sitting here saying, well, why did we have to play when everybody else had a go? So, yeah, let's see. 5:25 is the time. Kickoff is just a couple of minutes away. Graham says down a bit on the sound. Dave says good mix. Give me a shout, guys. Let me know what you want. I'll turn it down a touch. That way everybody's happy. There you go. There you go. Cool. David O'Leary in the crowd tonight. David O'Leary in the crowd. Of course, former Arsenal legend and a man who managed Leeds United as well. I remember him managing Leeds United and costing us the title one year. Never really forgiven David O'Leary for that, although, of course, he is an Arsenal legend. Daniel says, do you ever go to away games, Harry? I do. I was actually going to go to this one, but I'm a little bit concerned with the whole situation at the moment. First of all, I didn't want to travel up to Leeds United with a ticket to get up there and hear that the game had been called off an hour before. But secondly, I'm a little bit concerned with the whole COVID thing, because Christmas is just around the corner, and I've got, as is everybody else, you know, elderly relatives that I really want to spend it with, and I don't want to be in a position where I'm either taking something that could potentially harm them to them, or having to kind of stay stay isolated on Christmas. We had that last year. It was shit. I don't want it to happen again. So that's my thoughts on that. Right, Arsenal have made their way out onto the field. I do go to away games, Daniel, when I can, but obviously I work on a lot of other football as well, which makes it difficult sometimes. And of course, if I did every single away game, I'd never see my kids. I hardly do at the moment. So I don't want that to be any worse. Out come Leeds United as well onto the field of play. Lots of you asking if Sambi Lokonga has got COVID. He has indeed. The club have confirmed that via their social media channel. So that is why Albert Sambi Lokonga is not in the squad at all today. Let's take you through the Leeds United side. It's Illan Meslier in goal. It's a back four of Cody Drame, Luke Ayling, Robin Koch and Stuart Dallas. In midfield, it's Forshaw and Click with Tyler Roberts playing just in front of them. Jack Harrison will operate from the left-hand side. Rafinha, who is their biggest danger man without question. The Brazilian plays from the right. And young Joe Gelhardt, who's been compared to Wayne Rooney at a young age, is leading the line for Leeds United. On the bench for them, it's Clarkson, Moore, Kenne, Bate, Jenkins, Somerville, and a load of other kids that I haven't heard of. I doubt you've heard of either. It's a really threadbare side this that Marcelo Bielsa is having to put out. Let's just quickly remind you of the Arsenal team. Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, White, Gabriel, Tierney, Partey, Xhaka, Ødegaard, Saka, Martinelli and Lacazette. On the bench for the Gunners are Leno, Holding, Chambers, Elneny, Tavares, Cedric, Pepe, Emile Smith-Rowe and Eddie Nketiah. Ale says, hello Harry, do you think the fact we didn't train after the West Ham game can have a negative impact? Absolutely, mate. It's not ideal, that we've not been able to train in the way we would have liked, but it wasn't that long ago, I guess, is the other way of looking at it. I guess people have had some time to recover. You shouldn't lose too much fitness, you'd think, in the space of just a couple of days. Joe Gelhardt is the man that they're calling the new Wayne Rooney. Not Leeds fans, by the way. He was labelled that when he was at Wigan prior to even joining the club. Let's see what else we've got here. Big hello to Tariq Talks. Hope you're well, man. Hope you're good. Hope everything's great. And make sure you click on Tariq's channel as well. You can click on it by clicking on him in the chat, and that will take you right over there. And make sure you give him a subscribe as well. About to get underway here. Leeds United in their traditional all-white strip. Arsenal wearing all navy blue tonight. It's the third kit that the Gunners will be sporting this evening. Marcelo Bielsa watches on from the sidelines. He's a man under a little bit of pressure at this moment in time. There's been a lot of criticism of Marcelo Bielsa's methods in the past. Does he burn people out? Perhaps that is something to do with the large volume of injuries that Leeds are currently dealing with. I don't know that for sure, though. As the players take to the knee in support of the Black Lives Matter campaign, it's met with applause from the Leeds United fans watching on. It's going to be the hosts to kick us off, and they get us underway. Here's Matthias Klick. Plays the ball out to the right-hand side for Cody Drame, the youngster making his Premier League debut. Getting a nice early touch. The ball ends up back with Illan Meslier. Long ball out towards the left, looking for Harrison, but Ben White will come across and just shepherd the ball out of play. Of course, Ben White, a pivotal part of Leeds' success during their promotion season. They tried oh so desperately to get him here on a permanent deal and weren't able to meet Brighton's valuation of the player. Here he is now at Arsenal, though. And Arsenal have given the ball away, and Leeds come flooding forward down the left-hand side with Stuart Dallas. Low cross into the box, blocked by Ben White. It's an early Leeds United corner, 43 seconds on the clock. First attack of the game, off the back of Ben White giving the ball away. It was a ball that he played in between Takahiro Tomiyasu and Bukayo Saka, neither of which understood who the intended recipient was, and Leeds United have won it back and won a corner. In it comes, flicked on towards goal at the near post by Rafinha, but it's over the top of Aaron Ramsdale's goal. Don't forget, make sure you hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Make sure you check out our sponsors, ProPrep, via the link in the description. First attack of the game comes from Leeds United. Luke Ayling went down in the box under a challenge from Martin Ødegaard. He's asking the question of the officials. I know people want a timer in there, and I've been trying all afternoon to get one to work with this software without having to reinstall new software, and I couldn't do it. But I promise I'll get someone a little bit more techie to take a look at it ahead of the next one of these that we do, whenever that might be. Here's a Leeds throw-in on the right, midway inside the Arsenal half. Drame will take it. Forshaw lays it off to him, and it's launched forward by Robin Koch. Here's Martinelli with a header on the left flank for Arsenal. Picked up by Adam Forshaw. Martinelli wins it straight back and plays a nice ball in field. Lovely flick from Martin Odegaard to Thomas Partey, who scuffed his pass. It falls for Lacazette. Nice ball in field. Here's Odegaard driving at the Leeds United back line, looking for the run of Lacazette. He slipped him in. Lacazette forces a good save out of Meslier. Falls to Saka, who really should score. That's a really good opportunity for Arsenal. I wonder if Alexander Lacazette was just slightly offside in the build-up to that. Odegaard played him in. We'll just get another look at it. I think he might have been played on by the fullback, and Arsenal come forward again. Here's Saka from the right. Another good save from Meslier down to his left. Arsenal should have had a couple by now. Two really good opportunities for the Gunners early on. Odegaard key in both situations. This time he played it right. Sorry, it was Partey who got the shot off rather than Saka. He just tried to give the goalkeeper the eyes there, Thomas Partey. It looked as though he should go across the goal, and instead he tried to catch him out at his near post. Arsenal have their first corner of the game. 3 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock. In it comes, left-footed. It might find its way to the back post where Gabriel's waiting. Lacazette keeps it alive. Tries to find Kieran Tierney on the edge of the box. Arsenal still have it here. Odegaard dinks it in towards the far post. Can Saka keep this alive? Rafinha gets there first. Rafinha, after his second attempt at trying to clear it, has lost it. Here's Saka into the box. Looks to cut it back across the byline. It's been blocked. It's come back off Bukayo Saka, and it's gone out for a Leeds United goal kick. But the hosts are up against the ropes at the moment. Leeds started the game incredibly brightly with their usual ferocious approach, pressing people high up the pitch, but it's been all Arsenal in the couple of minutes since that. Here is Cody Drame, the Leeds right back. He's given it away, this time to Xhaka. Now Martinelli plays it in field to Odegaard, who's been on the ball early quite a bit. Here's Gabriel at centre-back, rolls it square to Ben White, just 5-6 yards shy of the halfway line, into Odegaard. Partey, back to Ben White. Here's Gabriel, nice touch. Shifts it onto his stronger left foot and carries the ball over the halfway line for the Gunners. Here's Ben White once more. Nice ball breaking the lines, finding Martin Odegaard. Looking up, looking for options. Lovely ball into the feet of Martinelli, who's just drifted inside. Manages to hold off a couple of Leeds challenges and then works the ball left to Kieran Tierney. He steps inside, shoots right-footed. Comfortable save again for Illan Meslier. Arsenal working the young Frenchman on multiple occasions in the first 5 minutes. Meslier thinks about releasing the ball and then changes his mind. Here is Meslier again, gets it back from his centre-half under pressure from Lacazette. Long ball forward. Gelhardt with a piece of control into the path of Tyler Roberts. Here's Drame now onto the right. Rafinha. Nice ball in field to Matthias Klick. Here's Joe Gelhardt. Back towards Matthias Klick. Pass over hit. Ben White got a footing. Can Partey pick up the loose ball? He can't get there ahead of Joe Gelhardt. Now it's with Luke Ayling. Normally a right back and a former Arsenal man as it goes. Luke Ayling playing at centre-back today. Not his preferred position, and certainly won't be as comfortable playing on the left-hand side of that central defensive pair. But needs must for Leeds at the moment. As I said, they've got plenty of injury problems. In fact, they could field an entire 11 of players that are simply unavailable at this moment in time. Mikel Arteta not happy at the moment. He's clearly annoyed by something. The Leeds fans are making plenty of noise at Ellen Road, giving the travelling Arsenal contingent some stick, who was situated in the corner on this near side. Arsenal have won themselves a throw-in deep into Leeds United territory. Mikel Arteta still really unhappy about something. His barking out plenty of instructions. Always so animated on the touchline, Mikel Arteta. Takahiro Tomiyasu is going to take this throw in. It's a couple of yards shy of the Leeds penalty area from the right. Into Saka it goes. He's looking to hold off Stuart Dallas. Back comes Jack Harrison to help him out. And then Forshaw clears the ball down the line for Leeds United. Good work from Ben White. Odegaard has it now. Odegaard is penalised. Somebody in an Arsenal shirt is penalised. We'll have another look at it and work out exactly what the offence was. But Leeds have a free kick in the left-back position. They've taken it short. Here's Luke Ayling at the heart of Marcelo Bielsa's defence. Long diagonal ball out towards the right flank. Met by the head of Rafinha. He certainly looked as though he got something on it. I think it came off of Kieran Tierney in the end. Leeds have a throw in which they've taken quickly just down in front of Marcelo Bielsa. Here's Cody Drame. Now it's Ayling. Another pinged ball, this time out to the left. Tomiyasu beats Harrison in the air, concedes a throw-in. Harrison has stayed down after that coming together with Takahiro Tomiyasu. Nearly 8 minutes on the clock here. For those of you wanting to sync up, we're on 7 minutes and 58 seconds. Jack Harrison picks himself up eventually. Leeds take their throw-in. It's on the left-hand side with Harrison. Well, it was towards Harrison. Cut out again brilliantly by Arsenal, who will be frustrated that they didn't take one of those opportunities that came early on. It's been a problem for Arsenal not taking opportunities. When you don't create all that many, which we haven't this season overall, you then start to rely upon players taking the ones that do come along, and you always get that feeling that we might live to regret it. Here is Gabriel for Arsenal. He's got plenty of time on the ball. Square to Ben White, takes a nice touch and then thinks about stepping into midfield, hesitates, goes back, plays it right to Tomiyasu. It's back in field to Gabriel. Back to Ben White, 9 minutes exactly on the clock here. Here's White. Steps into the Leeds half. Nice change of pace there from White. Nice ball in field from Odegaard first time. He was looking for Lacazette, who tried to pick out Ben White, who continued his run. Pass was cut out, and Arsenal needing to make a foul in order to prevent the Leeds United counter-attack. Joe Gelhardt, who's won Leeds the free kick. He's looked lively in these opening exchanges. Here's Ayling. Koch back to Meslier. Left-footed ball out towards the left flank, towards Harrison. Tomiyasu gets there again. Ball breaks for Mateusz Klich, who was sharper than Thomas Partey there. He'll play it right to Rafinha. He's got Cody Drame making the run on the outside of him instead. Goes infield to Tyler Roberts. Into Klich. Roberts goes down. Klich still has it right on the edge of the box. Plays it wide to Drame. Here's Rafinha looking for the run of Tyler Roberts in behind. Granit Xhaka's come out to the left-back position to confront the Brazilian. Got a foot on it, Granit Xhaka, but will ricochet back off of him. And it's going to be a Leeds throw-in, which Cody Drame will take. Short to Gelhardt, miscontrolled. Xhaka gets in front of him and manages to guide the ball back to Thomas Partey. Took a big risk there on the edge of the box trying to play a dummy. He did it successfully in the end, so no harm done. And Arsenal look to break now down this left-hand side. Here's Gabriel Martinelli, played in behind by Lacazette. He hasn't got much in support here. Martinelli checks back, rolls it towards Odegaard, who just stepped over it, anticipating somebody would be following in behind him. Attack breaks down, but nice work from Arsenal to release Gabriel Martinelli so quickly and so early. It's back with Ramsdale now for the Gunners. Here's Gabriel into Ben White. It's been a lively start here. I think the whole country needs a good game of football to watch this evening after the way things have unfolded today. Not ideal, the situation around the Premier League at the moment. And of course, the Premier League are due to meet on Monday with a view to discussing what action is going to be taken. Are they going to postpone the league as a whole? Are they going to put some kind of protocols in place? Are they going to set some very clear parameters around how many cases you need to have to be able to get games postponed. I don't know. But it's really inconsistent at the moment. It's all over the place. Arsenal win, or thought they'd won a throw-in, but it's been given Leeds' way. Just down in front of Mikel Arteta, who's urging his team on, giving some thumbs up as well, which means he's not totally pissed off with what he's seen in this first 12 minutes or so. We're on the 12th minute mark exactly. For those of you wanting to sync up, again, apologies for the lack of a match clock. I will work on that for next time, as Meslier has the ball in the Leeds goal. Long ball forward. Gerhardt went up for the ball. It's found its way all the way through to Tierney. Picks out Ramsdale under pressure from Rafinha, but manages to pick out Ben White anyway. Here is White again after an exchange with Gabriel. Now it's with the Brazilian. Plays a ball in toward Granit Xhaka, who was the furthest forward there. That's not something you see every day. Leeds win the ball back, and here is Robin Koch. Out to the right-hand side it goes. Here's Drame, looks to turn away from Odegaard, and in doing so, runs into Gabriel Martinelli. He's going to get a throw-in for his troubles, the Leeds United man. Leeds attacking the Norman Hunter stand in this first half. As Drame throws it infield towards Gerhardt. It bounces up, and Gabriel uses his height advantage to just get something on the ball and win it back for Arsenal. Here's Ramsdale on the edge of his own box. Here's White once more. He's had plenty of the ball, Ben White, and he's not under any real pressure when he gets the ball, which is weird because Marcelo Bielsa's sides are normally renowned for really pressing defences and trying to win the ball high up the pitch. As Tierney looks to play a ball in behind for Martinelli. He's overhit it here in Tierney. It was played with his weaker foot, in fairness to him. The ball's ended up back at the feet of Illan Meslier, the Leeds United goalkeeper. Portugal legend Deco is in the crowd. I wonder what he's doing there. Does he have an association with Leeds? I'm not sure. Shame on me if he does, and I don't know about it. As Meslier plays a long ball out towards the right. Rafinha goes up for the header. Kieran Tierney comes out on top, heads it forward. Robin Koch heads it back toward the halfway line for Leeds. Here's Tyler Roberts into Rafinha. Tries the back heel, but Kieran Tierney intercepts. Lovely bit of skill to find Martinelli, who's brought down by Cody Drame. That was a strong challenge, that, on Gabriel Martinelli. He's down on the ground at the moment. Referee very quick to blow up and award Arsenal the free kick. Martinelli had released the ball. It was a combination, actually, of Cody Drame and I think Adam Forshaw, who saw to it that Gabriel Martinelli could not progress. Here's Aaron Ramsdale. Packed Ellen Road to the rafters. As Luke Ayling wins a header. Ball's played back to Illan Meslier in the Leeds goal. Cleared long out towards Stuart Dallas at left back. Leeds have given it away. Here's Bukayo Saka coming down the right wing. Lovely ball infield to Lacazette. Lays it off for Xhaka, who goes down right on the edge of the penalty area. Arsenal want a free kick. They're not going to get it, but it doesn't matter because Gabriel Martinelli took advantage of the loose ball and struck it home past Illan Meslier. It's Leeds United 0, Arsenal 1. Gabriel Martinelli with the goal. It's a wonderfully taken finish from Gabriel Martinelli. It all started from some good work from Arsenal on the right-hand side. The ball was won back. Saka drove forward, played it into Lacazette on the edge of the box. He rolled it square for Xhaka, who was coming onto it. He went down under a challenge, wanted a free kick, and when all was said and done, the ball broke loose inside the penalty area after Lacazette got a foot in on Forshaw, and Gabriel Martinelli opened up his right foot and smashed it into the top corner past Illan Meslier. It's Leeds United 0, Arsenal 1. I can't see anything wrong with that goal. There's no reason, in my opinion, why it shouldn't stand at first glance. Arsenal are in front, and you have to say, on the balance of play, it's exactly what we deserve. It's Gabriel Martinelli's third goal in his last 6 Premier League appearances. He is a man on fire at the moment, and deserves his place in this side. Really good start from the Gunners. Come on. I see lots of you enjoying it as well. And Arsenal come forward again with Kieran Tierney. Good recovery challenge that from Cody Drame. Good to see Arsenal get a goal and take advantage of the opportunities that have come their way in these early stages. Martinelli looking ever so lively on that left-hand side. Marcelo Bielsa looks on nervously, concerned, worried. I actually like Marcelo Bielsa, but not today. It's all about the Arsenal today. It's all about Arsenal getting the 3 points because, as I said before the game, although it's weird that other people are going to, have games in hand over us, and in some ways you could say it's an advantage for the likes of Spurs, who might be able to go and strengthen in January and then play more games with a stronger side. Having the points is always so valuable as opposed to playing catch up. There's far less pressure if you've got the points on the board already. Here's Saka coming in from the right again. Checks inside, lovely step over. He puts two Leeds defenders on the ground there, Bukayo Saka, with his brilliant trickery. The eventual effort was blocked. Leeds have a player down on the ground inside the penalty area. It's Stuart Dallas. He's holding his head, and so the play has been stopped. But Saka did everything brilliantly in the build-up. Dallas went down. Ayling went down. The ball was struck against Stuart Dallas's head, which is why he stayed down holding it. Not sure if it did come off his head, actually. Maybe the top of his shoulder. He's down anyway. Leeds could probably do with a bit of a breather because they've been up against it in this first half so far. Arsenal creating a number of opportunities. Finally taking one on 16 minutes through Gabriel Martinelli, who was sharp, who was alert, who didn't get distracted by the appeals for a free kick, and instead used his instincts, saw the ball break free after a good challenge from Alexander Lacazette. And it was the perfect finish from Martinelli because it was up in the top corner, beyond the reach of Illan Meslier. He used the inside of his foot, which meant he could control the effort. But he also generated an incredible amount of power on it as well, which obviously adds to the difficulty the goalkeeper faces when attempting to save it. Stuart Dallas is back up on his feet. It's Leeds United 0, Arsenal 1. 19 minutes, 18 seconds on my clock here. So Stuart Dallas is escorted off of the field of play, as is the policy when you've received treatment. Looks as though he'll be absolutely fine to continue. It's a drop ball and Arsenal will get on with it. Saka plays the ball back to Tomiyasu. Now it's with Ben White at centre half. Square to Gabriel. He'll carry it up to the halfway line and plays it to Granit Xhaka. Nice control ball into Martinelli, who will drift inside off of that left flank. Here's Xhaka. Safety first, goes back to Gabriel. Now it's with Ben White. Over 100 of you with us right now, live on the Chronicles of a Gooner watch along. Please do, if you haven't done so already, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. We will be bringing you the post-match reaction podcast a little bit later on, around about half an hour, 40 minutes after the full-time whistle, as per usual. As Tierney rolls the ball in field to Gabriel. Now it's with Aaron Ramsdale. Just puts a foot on it and then plays short to Gabriel once more. Nice square ball into the feet of Ben White. So Arsenal look to release Bukayo Saka down that right-hand side. The pass was cut out by Stuart Dallas, and Luke Ayling will carry it forward into the Arsenal half for Leeds. Challenged by Xhaka, but the loose ball falls to a white shirt, and Leeds look to break forward. They've been adjudged to have committed a foul there, right on the edge of Arsenal's penalty area. And the Gunners can ensure that nothing comes of that particular move. It was Gabriel who was pulled down to the ground there by Rafinha. A battle of the Brazilians on the edge of Arsenal's penalty area, which the referee had to get involved in. You can see, based on the Arsenal average position so far, that Bukayo Saka has been the furthest man forward more often than not for this Arsenal side. He's pushing well high up on the right flank, which is something that he's given extra license to do since, of course, Takahiro Tomiyasu came into the side, because he is a really defensive right back. And I know a right back should defend, but what I'm trying to say is he's a centre back essentially playing at right back, which means his instinct is naturally more defensive than it is offensive, and he gives you that extra bit of stability with his positional discipline that means that Saka can be a little bit more bold in when he chooses to stay up the field. Nice exchange this between Saka and Odegaard. Here's Odegaard, steps inside brilliantly, shoots from the edge of the box, blocked. Looked a good effort that from Martin Odegaard. Unfortunate to see it come back off a Leeds defender. Here's Martinelli on the left. Oh, just was looking for Kieran Tierney, who had gone on the outside of him, and Martinelli didn't realise that he'd progressed so much and played it slightly behind him. Here's Xhaka into Tierney, back to Gabriel just inside the Arsenal half. Here's Gabriel, puts a foot on it. Under pressure from Joe Gelhardt, plays it square to Xhaka, who dropped deep alongside him. Here's Ben White now. Strides forward. Arsenal have had 84% of the possession in the last 5 minutes. Nice ball inside that towards Saka, who's drifted infield. Xhaka with a lovely ball in between the right back and centre half, finds Tierney, strikes a goal and forces a really good save out of Illan Meslier at his near post. Arsenal should at least have 2 or 3 by now. Hopefully we don't go on to regret it. But that's a really good ball from Xhaka in between Rafinha, who was back defending, and Robin Koch. Tierney, don't know if he meant to cut across it so much. Ended up going in towards that near post rather than the far post. It's a good stop from the Frenchman down to his right. Arsenal have a corner. Plenty of movement in the box. In it comes from Martinelli, headed away by Tyler Roberts. Odegaard tries to steer it back in toward the penalty area. Leeds looking to break here. Can they do so? It's a ball over the top for Rafinha to chase. He's in behind here. Kieran Tierney's managed to get back. It's Rafinha versus Tierney. Rafinha steps inside him and then steps inside White and fires just wide of Ramsdale's goal. That is a let-off for Arsenal, because that was excellent play from Rafinha. Fortunately for us, it's gone wide of Ramsdale's left-hand post. The ball over the top for Rafinha. Used his pace. Credit to Kieran Tierney for keeping up with him, getting back. He held him up as long as he could. White came across to help out. Rafinha managed to commit both of them in the end. Got inside and from a really central position, just tried to wrong foot Aaron Ramsdale and ends up dragging it wide. I did say pre-game that Rafinha is Leeds' biggest threat. He's got 7 goals in the Premier League this season. He's the man we need to watch. Here's Martinelli now in the Leeds penalty area. Ball to the edge of the box, struck by Partey, straight down the throat of Illan Meslier. Looked as though he got hold of it, Partey. Looked as though he hit it cleanly, but it was, as I say, straight down the throat of the goalkeeper. Comfortable save. 25 minutes played exactly here at Ellen Road. Leeds 0, Arsenal 1. Gabriel Martinelli, the goal scorer, the man who is the difference at the moment. Arsenal have managed 9 attempts at goal in this opening 25 minutes. Leeds have managed 2. 6 of Arsenal's have been on target, but Illan Meslier has been equal to most of them. Here's Partey. Nice ball out to the right. Can Saka get there ahead of the Leeds goalkeeper, who comes out and just sells Saka a dummy and allows the ball to roll out behind for a Leeds United goal kick. Frantic stuff here. Really good game this. Really, really good game. If you're a neutral, I'm sure you'll be enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I'd just rather we had a bigger cushion to make me feel that little bit more comfortable as Leeds play out and have given it away. Martinelli gets a foot on it. Might break for Xhaka. Looks for the cushion header down towards Lacazette. It's cleared. Tierney then heads it back forward down the left-hand side. Up in the air it goes from Cody Drame. Rafinha with a push in the back of Kieran Tierney. It's going to be an Arsenal free kick, and rightly so. You can see there's a couple of you getting at each other in the chat. Guys, just chill out, man. Just enjoy. Don't just ignore each other. Just enjoy Arsenal's performance. Enjoy the fact that Arsenal are winning this game. Nothing else matters at this moment in time. As Xhaka prepares to take this free kick from the left-hand side. It's midway inside the Leeds United half. Xhaka thought about taking it short. He's not happy with the fact that Klich is seemingly less than 10 yards away. Here's Tierney on the left wing, looks to go beyond Rafinha, gets a foot in. Rafinha wants a throw in. He claims that it came back off Tierney. The decision is given in Rafinha's favour. Just a little coming together between Rafinha and Tierney there. Tell you what, if that wasn't Kieran Tierney, if that was somebody with a bit more of a tendency for gamesmanship, you might have seen them go down in the ground holding their throat there after Rafinha's little flick out. It wasn't anything, I don't think it was, but it's worth giving the referee something to look at, giving the officials something to consider. And honestly, I think if that was someone else, a bit more of a shithouse, you might have seen Rafinha in a spot of bother there as Tierney brings the ball forward, plays it infield for Lacazette. Nice ball looking for Saka, but it's picked up by Stuart Dallas, who read it well. He'll drive forward, gets up to the halfway line. Infield to Klich, but it's behind him, and Xhaka picks it up for Arsenal. Lovely threaded ball in behind. Martinelli's in on goal here. Martinelli scores a second. Gabriel Martinelli has got Arsenal's second, and they're 2-0 up. It's a brilliant finish. It looked as though he was going to lose his footing at one point. Gabriel Martinelli looked as if he'd been caught up, but having regained his balance, he showed balance, composure, the works, and just dinks it over the on-rushing Illan Meslier. It's Leeds United 0, Arsenal 2, devastating counter-attack. And for those who say Granit Xhaka never plays a forward pass, have a look at that for a pass. Brilliant stuff. The first touch from Martinelli wasn't great, but he managed to get himself on the right side of the defender, meaning that nobody could make a challenge. Cody Dramé was the man back. He had a little bite at Martinelli, who kept his balance and dinked it over the goalkeeper. Into the back of the net it goes. Don't tell me that Granit Xhaka doesn't play forward passes, because that is an excellent pass and an excellent finish. Gabriel Martinelli will get all the plaudits, rightly so, but it's brilliant, brilliant stuff from Arsenal all round. It's his first Premier League double of his career. Wonderful stuff. 29 minutes exactly on the clock. Leeds United 0, Arsenal 2, and perhaps that away record is going to look a little bit better come the end of this evening. But Gabriel's given the ball away. Nice feet from Rafinha. Gabriel recovers. Do you know what? I'm going to text Graham Brooks right now, because we were having a serious debate the other day about Granit Xhaka. Hold on. Would you look at that? Look at that for a pass from Xhaka. There you go, Graham. You know what? In fact, I'm going to tag him in the group chat in the comments so he can make sure he gets the notification. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Don't forget, if you haven't done so already, please do hit that like button. It really, really does help. I really, really do appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. Check out our sponsors, Pro Prep 2. We've only got 84 likes on the board. There's over 130 of you joining us live on YouTube right now as Klich puts this ball into the box, cut out by Thomas Partey. Gabriel will prevent the corner and steers it out for a Leeds throw-in. Really good half an hour for Arsenal, and Leeds are making a substitution already. Jack Harrison is coming off. The left winger, he's going to be replaced. Marcelo Bielsa, I think, having to make this change. I don't think it's an indictment of Jack Harrison's performance, because he doesn't look as though he's moving particularly freely. But Crescencio Somerville, the Dutchman, is the man who's come on for Leeds United as they take that throw. Let me just change that on my notes. I'm not very good with the Leeds players, so I don't want to be giving you wrong goal scorers. As Meslier has the ball at his feet, rolls it short to Luke Ayling. If you're wondering, I don't say stuff like that when I'm doing actual commentaries, but this is like a more chilled vibe, if you like, here on the Chronicles of a Gooner YouTube channel. Here's Tyler Roberts out to the right-hand side, taken under control brilliantly by Rafinha. Here's Cody Dramé, who made the run on the outside of him. Delivered in by Rafinha, headed away. Picked up by Ayling at centre-back. Back out to the left it goes. Here's Matthias Klich. Into the feet of Tyler Roberts. Has the time to turn. Can he get a shot away? He does. Well wide of Aaron Ramsdale's goal, though, in the end. 31 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock at Ellen Road. Arsenal lead by 2-0. It's so encouraging to see this team play with so much confidence. The forwards are playing with so much confidence at this moment in time, especially young Gabriel Martinelli. But it's with everyone. It's with Saka, stepping over, cutting inside people constantly. It's Martin Odegaard. It's Alexander Lacazette. It's all of them. To see Arsenal playing with that confidence is brilliant. But the ruthlessness that we're showing at this moment is wonderful. We're taking chances when they're coming along. And you see what a huge difference that makes. Now, there's something going on here on the sidelines. I'm not exactly sure. Rob Holding is having a chat with the fourth official and the referee. I don't know what this is about. Don't know if he's received some abuse or something's happened on the sidelines. I don't know. He's gone and sat back in the dugout. Something's happened. Someone from Leeds is being called over by the officials as well. Perhaps those of you watching on the television have got some better insight into what exactly has gone on here, because remember, I'm watching it without volume so that I can do this. Kevin Bidgood says, can you give me the time again? Trying to sync you with the TV. So the time I've got on my screen exactly now is 33 minutes and 10 seconds. Play will continue. Wonder what exactly has gone on. Let me know in the chat if you've got TV commentary on and they've said exactly what's happened or anything. Please do let me know, because as I say, when I do these watch-alongs, I watch the game on mute so that I can do this. Otherwise, you'd hear the game and I'd get done for copyright. As Tomiyasu comes forward. Good challenge that in the midfield from Forshaw. Leads to well, Arsenal thought they had a throw-in. It's not going to be an Arsenal throw-in. It's going to be a Leeds throw-in in the left-back position. A couple of you making jokes about Leeds fans maybe talking about Rob Holding's new hair. Look, I'll tell you what, that is a fantastic bit of work. That looks brilliant. As Odegaard comes forward, Arsenal pick this up. It's into Saka. Cut back to Odegaard. Rolls it to Lacazette. Good save from Meslier. He should have scored, Lacazette. I think Odegaard probably should have had a shot himself a little bit earlier. First time, perhaps. Another good opportunity goes begging for Arsenal. 3-0 would have been fatal, wouldn't it? It really, really would. Again, Arsenal win the ball high up the pitch on that right-hand side. This time it was Tomiyasu. Nice exchange between Saka and Odegaard. It came to Lacazette. He didn't have much of an angle, Lacazette. And the goalkeeper did really well to close it even further. And then in the end, smother it. Leeds. Look, Arsenal have been good. Arsenal have been impressive. Arsenal have been a joy to watch. But Leeds United defensively, they're not very good at all, are they? You can see why there are so many Leeds fans up in Yorkshire who are concerned with what they're watching at this moment in time. Here's Ilham Meslier. Fair play to Leeds, though, right? Because there are so many clubs I feel at the moment might be, and I don't know this for sure, might be engineering some of these COVID cases or exaggerating, saying they've got suspected cases to get games called off because it doesn't suit them to be playing them. Leeds, who are injury-ridden, got 11 players missing, have still turned up and still been willing to play this game and haven't made a fuss about it. As they come flooding down the right-hand side. Here's Rafinha. Drame with the cross. Deflected by Tierney. In the end, Ramsdale came to deal with it. Gabriel got there first. Xhaka flicks it forward. It's back to him from Lacazette. Lovely, confident play from Arsenal to break away. Odegaard's touch was a little bit heavy. Saw him lose out to Adam Forshaw, but Leeds have given it away again instantly. Partey with the ball out to the right. Picked up by Bukayo Saka. He's got Odegaard inside him if he chooses to use him. He just delayed that pass a slight second there, Saka, which meant the angle closed and Leeds win it back. Here's Matthias Klich under pressure from Alexander Lacazette. Klich out to the right. Here's Rafinha, one-on-one with Tierney. Looks to thread a ball in field for Klich, who continued his run forward. from midfield. It's picked up by Xhaka. Now it's with Partey. Here's Ben White. Ben White into the centre circle, brought down by Joe Gelhardt. It's going to be an Arsenal free kick. 36 minutes and 45 seconds for those of you wanting to sync up as closely as possible. I like this from Halo, who says, Lacazette looks like a predator. Someone has changed his attitude lately. Not sure when this happened. It's been brilliant, hasn't he? It's been really, really good. He's been everything that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang hasn't, which is a leader. Someone who's looked really committed. Scored goals lately as well, Alexander Lacazette. As Ramsdale plays a long ball forward, he was trying to release Martinelli directly. It's back with Meslier, whose long throw finds its way out toward the right-hand side. Cody Dramé brings it down. Here's Rafinha. Back to Dramé once more. Arteta urging his team forward, insisting on the press. Here's Meslier, left-footed ball out towards the left. Tomiyasu gets there. Heads it infield, but it's picked up by Leeds' Tyler Roberts. Step over, turns away from Saka. Goes back to Luke Ayling at centre-half. Here's Ayling. Just inside the Arsenal half now. Finds Stuart Dallas to his left. Down the line it goes. Picked up by Click. His ball in field is a loose one. Odegaard will pick it up. Drives towards the halfway line, does Martin Odegaard. Reverse pass looking for Martinelli, who just didn't read it or wasn't aware of the intention. According to some of you in the chat, there was some racist abuse that was being reported on the sidelines. That's not on. It's not on at all. Leeds United fans are no strangers, are they, to being involved in controversy. They've been known to overstep the mark before. That's not to say they're all like that, and you shouldn't paint them all with the same brush, but to tell me that that might have happened at Ellen Road doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Here's Lacazette inside the box. Back heel to Saka. Steps inside his man. Saka shoots, blocked by Ayling. Lacazette must be offside, so he leaves it. Robin Koch gets back and picks it up. Chips it forward. Tomiyasu putting Somerville, the substitute, under pressure. Saka trying to win it off of Forshaw, who's down by his own corner flag. Turns away from Saka. His clearance is only as far as Tomiyasu, who prevents the ball going down the line and prevents Leeds United springing away on a counter-attack. Alexander Lacazette. 8 of his previous 11 Premier League goals have come in away games. Does enjoy scoring on the road, Alexander Lacazette, much more so than he does scoring at the Emirates. And I remember a time with Alexander Lacazette when it was the other way around, where he never used to score away and only used to score at the Emirates. And now we're seeing a flip and reverse of that. Here's Meslier in the Leeds goal. Ball played back to him by Ayling. He rolls it short to Robin Koch, the German international centre-back. Ball forward in towards Joe Gelhardt. He's got 2-3 Arsenal shirts around him and they crowd him out in the end. Ben White then guides the ball back to Kieran Tierney. He lays it off for Ramsdale, takes a touch out of his feet. Nice pass into the midfield for Partey, brings it under control. Here's Xhaka. Into Lacazette. Back to Xhaka. Here's Ben White. Arsenal with the ball in the defence at the moment. Don't forget to hit that like button. I hate saying it. I know I say it too much, but I really do need the likes. It really does help. I also need the subscribers as well. So get involved. And if you want to go one further by becoming a member of the channel, you can do so by clicking on the link in the description or the join button, depending on what device it is you're with us. As Odegaard plays a lovely ball into Saka. That's beautiful. Saka's on the edge of the box. Saka might break for Lacazette. Saka will pick it up again. Can he make room for the shot? Saka shoots. It's deflected in. Arsenal have a third goal just before half-time. It's Leeds United 3, Leeds United 0, I should say. Arsenal 3. Arsenal have been brilliant. They've been incredibly clinical. They've once again broken away to devastating effect. The referee just asking the Arsenal players to move away from celebrating in front of the Leeds supporters. Oh, I wonder if Saka's going to be flagged offside in the build-up to this. I think he might, you know. He did ever so well to work the space for the shot. It did take a deflection off of Click, which saw it beat Meslier at the near post. But I just wonder if Bukayo Saka was offside in the build-up. I think the ball played through by Martin Odegaard to Saka. Might have just been played slightly too late. We'll get another look at it. I'm sure the VAR will take a look at it. Saka does well. Gets his shot off, as I say, deflected off of Click. Checking goal, possible offside. He's definitely going to be flagged off, I think, here. Or is he? It's onside. He's onside. Impossible to tell from the angles we were given. But the VAR's drawn his lines and they've decided that it's Leeds United 0, Arsenal 3. A devastating counter-attack from the Gunners once more. Bukayo Saka just about onside. He broke into the box. He lost it initially, but when the ball found its way back to him, he struck towards goal and gets his first Premier League away goal since January. Leeds United 0, Arsenal 3. Bukayo Saka the scorer of Arsenal's third after a brace from Gabriel Martinelli. Loving this, absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. I can see that you guys are in the comments section as well. What a game to do a watch along, eh? Tierney throws it down the line. Martinelli looks to go inside his man. He's got beyond Drame. Martinelli's in the box, cuts it back. Just behind Lacazette, falls to Odegaard. Struck towards goal. Comfortable save for Meslier. Just never really got hold of that Martin Odegaard. The ball was slightly behind him, which meant he just had to disrupt his stride. Lacazette complaining at how long Meslier's had the ball in his arms. I think he's got every right to complain. But Leeds conceded 7 at Manchester City midweek. And 3 tonight against Arsenal. That's 10 goals in 2 games. You can see why there's concern. I wonder if Bielsa would survive this if this continues the way it's going. As Odegaard finds Saka. Shot, good save by Meslier again. Down to his right. Saka came onto it, opened up his body with his left foot, went for the far corner. Just never really got a hold of it. Oh, it's a good stop though from Meslier because he had defenders in front of him. It was unsighted largely. He just gets down and gets a big arm to it. Here is Ayling at centre-back for Leeds. We've hit the 100 like mark. Let's try and get to 150 likes now because we've got 180 of you watching us. As Tierney gets it back to Ramsdale. Here's Gabriel, long ball forward. One in the air by Robin Koch. Xhaka tries to bring it down, can't quite do so. Tyler Roberts plays it right for Rafinha. Infield, Click takes a touch. Looks to thread it through for Joe Gelhardt. Martin Odegaard back defending here in the right back position. Does really well to hold off Dallas. He eventually gets his wish of getting on the ball after he eased Bukayo Saka off of it. Ben White with a header forward into Martin Odegaard. Back to Takahiro Tomiyasu. He's given it away now to Forshaw on the left-hand side. Back it goes to Stuart Dallas. Infield to Rafinha. Now it's Tyler Roberts forced back. Arsenal have everybody back behind the ball at the moment. Rafinha infield, Click. Leeds trying to make something happen. Rafinha tries to get it out of his feet, tries to engineer some space. He's giving it away, and Odegaard releases Martinelli down the left-hand side. He's got Robin Koch for company. Leeds managed to get bodies back. Martinelli not got much in the way of support. 3 minutes added on at the end of this first period. Here's Tierney into Lacazette. Arsenal forced back to around about the halfway line. Lacazette infield to Partey. Out to the right it goes. Here's Saka inside the box now. Can he get beyond his man? Bukayo Saka looks to find Odegaard. Partey tries to pick it up and just Was a little slow in doing so. Allowed the Leeds defender to get a foot in and work it clear. I mean, but for Illan Meslier in this first half, Arsenal could have had 6 or 7. He's been that good. He's made that many saves. I know that people will look at this and point at Leeds and say that Leeds are under strength and that Leeds are not doing very well and that Leeds have been shipping goals this season left, right and centre. But Arsenal have been ruthless in front of goal for the most part. Or ruthless. No, actually, let me rephrase that. Arsenal have been ruthless enough to have established a 3-goal lead. If we were completely ruthless, we'd have a 6-7 goal lead. Honestly, it's been that dominant from Arsenal. Every time we've broken forward, we look dangerous. Every time we get forward, we look like making something happen. Leeds look so soft-centred. Their midfield has been non-existent. I don't even blame their centre-backs. I think they've been completely isolated. Incredible energy from Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left. But I think for me, the key has been Martin Odegaard in that number 10 position. He's been everywhere. He's been winning the ball back in deep areas. He's been playing the right passes at the right moments. He's showing incredible energy. He played a lovely ball to Saka in the lead up to that 3rd goal and then managed to work his way into the box and actually overlapped Saka before he got that shot off. He's been so good, Martin Odegaard, and I'm delighted for him because he had a rough patch. He came back into the side. I thought he played well for the most part at Man United, and then he gave away that sloppy penalty. Bounced back in the game after with a goal. Did pretty well, I thought, against West Ham United as well until he was replaced by Emile Smith-Rowe. And he's getting just reward at the moment for those brilliant performances. It is half-time at Ellen Road. It's Leeds United 0, Arsenal 3. What a performance from the Gunners. It's been fantastic. I've really enjoyed it. It is half-time. I am going to take a very short 2-minute break. I promise. It's just going to be a couple of minutes. Just going to grab a drink for the second half. And I'll be back and we'll talk through what we've seen in that first half and get ready for a second half. So it is half-time at Ellen Road. As I say, Leeds United 0, Arsenal 3, half-time. I'll be back very shortly. And we are back. Welcome back to the live watch along of Leeds United versus Arsenal. Currently half-time at Elland Road. The Gunners lead by 3-0. What more could you want than that? What more could you want than that? Brilliant stuff. Brilliant performance. Really enjoying what we've seen so far. Fire me with some questions. Let's get some questions in during half-time. Just looking back at some of the goals, that Martinelli second finish is incredible, as is the first one. The Bukayo Saka one, slightly fortunate, but you know, it's nothing more than our performance deserves at this point. Leeds United have been dire, agreed. And that's why I never get too carried away one way or the other. But how can you not enjoy when your team are 3 goals up away from home at halftime? You know, how can you not enjoy it? I was convinced actually that Saka was probably just offside in the lead up to the third. The VAR decided otherwise. We'll just have a look at it again. He did really well to just make that little bit of space, just drop the shoulder and struck it towards the goal. And it took that deflection off of, I think it was Mateus Click before it found its way in beyond Illan Meslier at his near post. You got any questions? Pop them in. Let's have a little bit of a chat before the second period starts. Before I do that, before I take those questions, while you're getting them in, just want to give you guys a quick message from our sponsors over at ProPrep, the perfect study tool for university students undertaking science, tech, engineering, or maths-related modules. It can halve your study time. ProPrep provide bite-sized videos relevant to the module or course, which can be accessed from any device at any time. And it's already helped over 500,000 students to pass their exams. They provide customized STEM study tools that match your syllabus. Long lectures are condensed into short and clear video tutorials. And after the videos, you can go through what you've just learned with interactive exercises and practice questions, so you'll be ready for the exam. You can even submit questions to the ProPrep professors and receive a video answer within 24 hours. They've created a special offer just for the Chronicles of a Gooner listeners. You can get over to the website proprep.uk/info/football for more info and to sign up for your free 30-day trial without entering any credit card details. Tom Canton was on with me yesterday. He's an ex-teacher and he says it's good, so check it out. Big hello to Ini Inyang, and thank you so much, mate, for your very, very kind super chat donation. He says, gosh, Bielsa is so stuck in his philosophy. Their centre-back followed Laka all the way to the midfield for the third goal. Great point, great observation. He is a stickler for his philosophy. He is a stickler for formation. He's a stickler for playing in a very, very specific way, Marcelo Bielsa. And a lot of the time, it ends up being his downfall. Are we seeing that again at Leeds United? I guess to an extent, you could say that we are. Let's see what else we've got in the chat box. Get your questions in. Bear with me. Let me just grab something from the other side of the room before we continue. But yeah, get your questions in. I want to hear them. Get your thoughts in as well on the performance. It doesn't have to just be questions. Get your thoughts in. I'd love to hear from you guys as well with regards to how you see this this second half going. Is it time for Arsenal to make some changes, or should Arsenal be actually looking to continue in the manner that we played through the first half? I think naturally at 3-0 up, you take your foot off the gas a little bit. And, you know, I haven't really got a massive problem with Arsenal doing that. You know, we've got a League Cup game coming up on Tuesday, assuming that's going to go ahead. And if the Christmas period goes ahead, it's a very, very busy period. So does Mikel Arteta make changes? Does he give it as an opportunity to some of those fringe players to get some minutes under their belt because of the commanding position we're in? He has to find that balance, doesn't he, between doing that and us not kind of dropping off too much. Let's see what we've got in the chat box. Inter says, have you got a beer fridge in there? I do, mate. I do. But I've rearranged the room. So it used to be underneath my desk, and I used to just open the door and grab whatever I wanted. Now I have to come out from the desk around it and grab it. So it's a little bit less convenient. Not a fan of the new position, and I need to rethink that. Didn't design it very well. Let's see what we got from the Stilton Avenger. A run out for Pepe perhaps later. Yeah, why not? Why not? You know, it'd be good to see Nicolas Pepe given some minutes. I think in a game like this, he probably would be quite effective given how open it's been. And as a consequence of that, maybe he'd contribute and hopefully build up some confidence. Because I think Nicolas Pepe is very much one of those players, right, where He needs somebody to put an arm around him. He needs somebody to kind of love him and show him his value. So yeah, I think, you know, I'd be up for that. Julian Tuffrey says we should be pressing them man for man. I think we've pressed them pretty well, to be fair. I think we've put them under pressure quite a bit. Let's see what else we've got. Mark Medhurst says, do you like Laka playing like a false nine, creating space for others? I think there are games where it really works and games where sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes you can just kind of get lost in this no man's land. I think for Alexander Lacazette, he needs to know when to do it and when not to do it. And I think I was talking about him against West Ham the other day. And one of the things I said, I think in the post-match show, was that one of the good things about his performance was that he did push up the field and he occupied centre-halves. And I think in a game like today where Leeds are quite happy to follow you out of those positions, you know, it's good to drag them away. It's good to drag the centre-backs out of position and allow Martinelli and Saka, as you've seen already, drift in from the flanks and exploit those spaces. But when you play against a really deep-lying side like West Ham were at the Emirates Stadium the other night, you're better off occupying them and just pinning them up, like pinning yourself up against them so that they're always occupied, because it's a different type of defense that you're trying to unlock. You know, not, you know, one key doesn't open every single lock. So there's different ways of playing it. I think tonight and against Leeds, it works brilliantly and has worked brilliantly. But I think there are games where he needs to be a little bit more advanced in his starting position. So I think a bit of variation is what's necessary. Adam Daniel says time for 7-0. I mean, look, I don't think we're going to get to 7-0, because I think there'll be a part of Arsenal that wants to take their foot off the gas a little bit. I think our goal difference is crap, so we could do with certainly building that up a little bit. But can you imagine that we got to 5 or 6? I mean, Bielsa shipped 7. His team shipped 7 midweek. I know it was against Man City, right? And they're a brilliant side and they can do that to most people. But how, as a manager, do you survive losing by 7 and then getting another heavy defeat the week after? It doesn't matter if it's against Arsenal and City. It's still something that will be very, very concerning for those in the Leeds hierarchy. Clucking Bell says, do you think Oba will sign for Spurs? Absolutely not. Matt G says, do you think Ramsdale will get an assist this season? I wouldn't be surprised. You know, he tries, doesn't he? He's done it on a number of occasions. He's just tried to ping balls directly. Seems to like it, like looking for Gabriel Martinelli. I wonder if them have got a bit of an understanding developing there. Let's see what else we've got. Simpy says, do you think this now means that Martinelli will now always start? He's only 5.2 million in Fantasy Premier League. Well, look, we've talked a lot about Martinelli over the last sort of 6 months. And one of the things I kept saying was that he needed to improve the rest of his game. He needed to be a bit more of an all-rounder. He needed to show that he, as Mikel Arteta put it, isn't just going to be at 100 miles an hour, that he has changes of pace, shifts in gears, and the ability to kind of choose when the right moments are to be super aggressive and choose when the right moments are to hold your position and help your team out. And I think what you've seen from Martinelli is that he's really shown that in the last few weeks. Mikel Arteta's alluded to it too. He's talked about how much better he's been tactically and how he's more tactically responsible. And I think all of that is so, so important with Gabriel Martinelli. We know he's got the for that. We know he can produce goals. We know he can produce chances. And he's doing that. Nobody ever doubted that. But he's now giving us a complete performance. And there's no reason for him not to be in the team if he continues in this run of form. But equally, there's still Emile Smith-Rowe waiting on the sidelines. There's still other players in and around there that will get game time. So there will be rotation at various points in the season. And just because a change is made from time to time, it doesn't mean that somebody's been dropped. It doesn't mean that somebody's been left out because they've been bad or not doing the business. Sometimes it's just because you need to freshen things up. Amo says, hi, Harry, 5:30 a.m. in Sydney, enjoying the game. Mate, fair play to you. You know, those people that say that the overseas fans are not as committed, absolute nonsense. To be up at 5:30, man, fair play to you. And a big shout out to everybody down under who's watching the game alongside us. Teams are almost ready to get back underway. Arsenal making their way back out onto the pitch. Granit Xhaka just sharing some words with his teammates in the tunnel as they are led out back onto the pitch by the skipper, Alexander Lacazette. looking forward to this second half. A nice relaxed second half, hopefully, for the Arsenal. Just let me know, is the crowd effect back on? I think it should be. It's probably been on for a few minutes. As I say, you know what? I need to, if we get enough subscribers, maybe one day we'll be able to get a producer to do all this stuff for me so I can just sit and enjoy the game without having to worry about all the tech rubbish, because I am so bad at it. Don't forget, hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Don't forget to join up as a member if you'd like to. We've got 153 likes on the board, which is great. And we've surpassed 17,500 subscribers on the YouTube channel whilst live on air, which is brilliant. Right, second half about to get underway. Arsenal kick us back off with a ball directly back to Aaron Ramsdale. It's Leeds United 0, Arsenal 3. Can Mikel Arteta's men add to their tally? Can they keep a clean sheet? I'm sure we'd all like to see a bit of that as well. Here come Arsenal down the left with Martinelli. Goes beyond his man, looks to cut it back, and it's blocked by the substitute Somerville. So it's going to be an Arsenal corner early on in this second half. Look at you all telling me the different times of which you're tuning in. We've got 3:30 in Medellin, Colombia. Medellin, have I said that right? 2:35 a.m. in Perth, Western Australia. Wow, great stuff. Cross comes in. Leeds temporarily get it clear. Can they break away with it now? No, they've given it back to Martinelli. Left-footed ball into the box, and Luke Ayling has to turn it behind for another Arsenal corner. Leeds, in trying to break away, put themselves in lots of trouble there. Just give me a thumbs up, someone, if the crowd effect is back on, please, because I can't hear. It should be. Yeah, just someone give me a little thumbs up in the comments so I know. Referee just having a word with Alexander Lacazette, who was involved in a heated exchange. We've got people watching from California. We've got Michael says it's 6:35 in Leighton Buzzard. Right, corner kick for the Arsenal from the left-hand side. In it comes from Gabriel Martinelli towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Headed towards goal by Gabriel. Xhaka appeals for a handball, then gets a shot off. It's blocked. Leeds try and work the ball away. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. Back to Aaron Ramsdale it goes. Ball out toward the right-hand side for Bukayo Saka. One in the air by Stuart Dallas. Raphael Lim says, enjoying the commentary and the match. Thank you so much. We've got people in Vienna, Ghana, 2:30 in Malaysia. They've got the Cali gang. We've got Nishith, who's joined us midnight in India. So Arsenal come forward again. Here's Saka into Lacazette in a central position. Into the feet of Odegaard. Nice control. Can he pick Martinelli out on the left-hand side? He can't. Xhaka wins the ball back for Arsenal immediately. Then Tierney just tries to feed it in behind Cody Drame for Gabriel Martinelli. The pair not quite on the same wavelength there. A big hello to the super yacht chef who says that 6 Norwegian snowboarders watching at 1,200 meters high, AFC Oslo. Hope you guys are well. Miss Moss says, are you commentating tomorrow, Harry? Nope, I'm not. My only allocated match this weekend was Manchester United versus Brighton, which has obviously been postponed. So a very rare day off for me. I will be bringing you a tactical analysis podcast off the back of this fixture, but that's about it. Other than that, I'm going to chill out, spend some time with the family, have a nice meal, chill out as things wind down a little bit in the build up to Christmas, or we try to wind them down anyway. I think it'll be taken out of our hands when the Premier League meet tomorrow anyway. As Rafinha goes down on the right-hand side for Leeds, the crowd are up in arms. They want action taken against Granit Xhaka, who made the challenge. We're going to get another look at it, I'm sure. Rafinha just stepped inside Martinelli, and Xhaka, oh, he's gone over the top of Rafinha there. I wouldn't be surprised if the VAR steps in here. Granit Xhaka could be in hot water there. He goes over the top of the ball, studs onto the ankle of Rafinha. What's the referee's decision going to be? It's just such an unnecessary thing to do. We're praising Granit Xhaka in that first half for a really good performance. The referee is receiving word from the VAR. I wonder if he's going to go over and have a look. Oh, for God's sake, Granit. The more you see it, the worse it looks. Rafinha is still down on the ground, down in a heap. It's a needless challenge to make. To be fair to Xhaka, he doesn't go over the top of the ball. he goes for the ball and the ball is kind of swept away, and then the follow through just catches Rafinha. I think he'll be quite fortunate to get away with this, though. Granit Xhaka should at least be booked. At the very least, he should be booked. He's not going to be sent off by the looks of it. Oh, Xhaka. I think he might have got something on the ball there, but it still doesn't change the fact that the nature of the challenge is dangerous. It's completely unnecessary in a situation like that. And often in these situations, the reputation of the player plays a big part in what the referee's decision is as well. Leeds will feel hard done by here if Granit Xhaka stays on the pitch, but there's no sign of him being sent off just yet anyway. But Rafinha is still receiving treatment, so I don't know if the referee's going to go and look. Nope, the game continues. I've just had a text from a good mate of mine, a Spurs fan, Ben Haynes from the 90-min gas tank. He says, I'll never understand why Xhaka does this stuff, man. He's wild. It's true. It's just so unnecessary, isn't it? So unnecessary as the ball's back to Meslier. Now it's played forward by Koch. Now it's with Partey in midfield. Here it goes to Odegaard. Now Saka. Leeds looking to come forward here with Joe Gelhardt. He's got the substitute Somerville up in support of him. Gelhardt does well there to get away from Thomas Partey. Can't get beyond Tomiyasu though, who makes a block and then pokes it into Bukayo Saka. Referee's coming over. There's going to be a card brandished here. Oh, we're going to see some action taken here by the referee. The Arsenal players gathering around the referee. They're not happy with the challenge that's just gone in on Takahiro Tomiyasu. Yellow card shown to young Joe Gelhardt. The ball went back to Tomiyasu, and Gelhardt's challenge is pretty much like for like to that of Granit Xhaka's. In fact, it's pretty much like for like there. You got to say it's one of those where I don't think he's intended to take the man out. He's gone over he's gone for the ball. The ball's moved out of the way. Joe Gelhardt's booked, but Granit Xhaka has gone sprinting over there. He's gone sprinting over there to make a point and try and get the player booked after he's just got away with one. That is shithousery. It's absolute finest. 52 minutes on the clock. Leeds 0. Arsenal 3. And Arsenal have a free kick in the right back position. Long ball forward up towards Lacazette. Ayling gets ahead on it. Martinelli brings it down tidily. He lost out Martinelli to Click. Almost won it back for Arsenal. Lacazette is biting back now as well. Trying to work the ball out toward the right-hand side. Do Leeds into Rafinha. It goes inside the box. He flicks it on towards goal. And the ball ends up at the arms of Aaron Ramsdale. Oh my word. Steve Stone. Steve Stone, thank you so much, mate, for that incredible donation. Honestly, thank you, man. It means so much. As I always say when someone puts a £50 super chat in, if it's a mistake and it should have been a £5, please do hit me up. You don't have to do it publicly, but please do hit me up and I will send it back if it's a mistake. I promise. Thank you so much. He says, I'll tell you in a second. As Arsenal come forward, Meslier comes out and clears the ball. Leeds escape the danger for the time being. Oh, Steve, thank you so much, mate. He says, does this offend you? Tough. Your fault. You shouldn't have earned it. Thank you for all your great work this year. Merry Christmas to you and your family, Harry. Steve, honestly, mate, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And I really appreciate your support as well. One of the regulars on the channel, always there, always interact brilliantly with people. Thank you so much, man. Honestly, it means the world to me. And the thing still stands, right? If it's a mistake, please do let me know. And I promise I will get that back to you. Anyway, Steve, You're a legend. I'm going to give Steve shout-outs throughout the rest of this commentary now. Thank you so much. As Ramsdale takes a long goal kick, up it goes towards Bukayo Saka on the right-hand side. Ray Anderson in the chat says he saved some comments from some of the Arteta haters. Love it. And Steve's getting loads of love in the comments for his very, very kind super chat donation. Steve, thank you so much, pal. For those of you wanting to sync up, 54 minutes and 40 seconds exactly on the clock. I'm watching through Sky Sports main event here in the UK. So if you are a little bit out with the timing because you're watching through a streaming service or in another part of the world, if you want to sync it up to me, that's where I'm at. As Rafinha goes beyond Tierney on this right-hand side for Leeds United. Tries to show him a step over. Tierney reads it well, recovers, plays the ball forward into Lacazette. Can't quite bring it under control, Alexander Lacazette. Here is Luke Ayling. And to the right it goes. Now it's Rafinha into Matthias Klich. Low ball across the front of the 6-yard box. Arsenal did well to just shepherd that out of danger. Just marshalled the Leeds attackers to make sure that nobody got anywhere near it. Tomiyasu retrieves it on the right, does brilliantly, knocks it past his man, Stuart Dallas, and then turns on the burners there. Takahiro Tomiyasu gets there ahead of him. That's brilliant defending from... That's Tomiyasu at his brilliant best. First of all, he's aware of Somerville's position. He uses his body and physical presence to just ensure that he doesn't get beyond him. And then, having retrieved the ball down by the corner flag, he knocks it past his man, Stuart Dallas, turns on the burners, gets on the other side of him, and wins Arsenal a free kick. That's sublime defending from Takahiro Tomiyasu. It really, really is. If you're just joining us, Leeds United 0, Arsenal 3. Stuart Dallas has just gone into the book there for Leeds United off the back of that challenge on Tomiyasu. As Arsenal play the ball down the right flank, Bukayo Saka pulls out to the wing to try and get onto it. Can't bring it under control. And you know what? I'd be tempted to take Bukayo Saka off now. I agree with Matt in the comments who says I'd be tempted to take Saka off and put Pepe on. I think he's looked a bit tired at times, a bit leggy recently. And now's as good a time as any at 3-0 up to take that opportunity. Lewis says, what minute are you on, Harry? I'm on the 56th minute. In fact, when I say now, I'm on the 57th. There, now, 57 minutes. There you go. Try and sync yourselves up as best as possible. Leeds have a player down. It's Stuart Dallas again, not for the first time this evening. He's always in the wars. It's Stuart Dallas. So versatile in his positioning. Can play right, can play left, can play in the middle. As the ball is whacked forward by Leeds United. The clearance from defence blocked. Marcelo Bielsa looks disgusted in what he's seen so far. Lots of love for Steve Stone still in the comments, and fully deserved, Steve. As I say, mate, if it was an accident, please tell me, man. There's no shame. I'll send it back, I promise. I've done it before. It's happened a few times. As Rafinha plays the ball out to the left-hand side. Dinked into the box by Gelhardt. Headed away. Leeds still on it, though, with Tyler Roberts on the edge of the box. Brilliant skill to get away from Partey and shoots high and wide in the end. And the reason I always think it's a mistake is because I can't believe that anybody would put that sort of money down to listen to this content. So thank you, mate. Honestly, really, really appreciate it. Granit Xhaka, a lucky boy. Very lucky boy. No doubt about it. Probably could have. I think it's one of those challenges where had he been sent off, I don't think any of us could have made too much of a hoo-ha about it. It's just typical of Granit Xhaka to just go stupid when we're in such a commanding position. Like it's just so unnecessary, you know? It's just so unnecessary. Here's Tyler Roberts. Out to the left-hand side for Somerville. Here's Roberts on the overlap. His delivery cut out at the near post by Ben White. Here's Forshaw. Nice twist and turn, and then dinks a ball into the box, looking for the run of Rafinha, who'd come in from the right flank. Ball bounced up kindly for Aaron Ramsdale, who was on his toes as always. And the ball's out to the left for Tierney. Tierney does well, wins Arsenal a throw-in at left back. We've had an hour here, 59 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. Leeds have got a really poor record without Calvin Phillips in the midfield. Really poor record. But he's not the only one that they're missing this evening. He's one of, as I mentioned already, 11 players that Marcelo Bielsa is unable to select at this moment in time. It's really having an impact. But even still, it's the nature of these defeats that is really, really damaging. A -10 goal difference so far from the Manchester City game in midweek and this one combined. Here's Lacazette. Lays it off to Partey, who's midway inside the Leeds half. Back to Saka it goes. Short to Tomiyasu. Nice ball into Saka's feet. First time back inside to Saka. Given away, and Leeds look to break forward again. Here's Mateus Click through the legs of Partey, but Tomiyasu was in close proximity. Here is ball into the box from Leeds, controlled back across the penalty area by Gelhardt. It might fall for Click, who was winding up outside the box. It doesn't. Leeds continue attacking. Here's Rafinha, given away to Partey. Steve Stone says, no mistake, just say hello to an idiot on the 28th at the Wolves match. I will do, mate. I will do. Make sure you drop me a message. Tell me where you're going to be. We'll definitely get together, have a drink, whatever the restrictions allow us to do by then. But yeah, definitely, man. Definitely be saying hi. Dave Atkinson says, I don't know what you're talking about. That was never a red card for Xhaka. Look, I said he was lucky. I didn't say it was a stonewall red card, but I said if he'd been sent off there, I don't think you could have complained. And I genuinely believe that. You essentially catch someone on the top of their foot, higher up than the foot, in fact. It's on the ankle, basically. On the front of the ankle, if you like. You catch someone there with all 6 studs. Come on, man. You're giving the referee a decision to make. Here's Martinelli. The flag's gone up against him. Show the couple of bits of skill there. Gabriel Martinelli before then kicking the ball away. Tomiyasu is down, hopefully not injured. He's holding his calf, which is not great. Arsenal physios have made their way onto the pitch. Cedric Suarez is stripped and ready. There's no point in taking a risk with Takehiro Tomiyasu. He's been so important to the improvement in this team. He, Ben White, Odegaard, all of the guys that have come in and been regular fixtures have been incredibly good so far this season. Tomiyasu down is not good. It's not a good look. It's something that we should be concerned about. But Arsenal, as I say, in a commanding position, don't need to take any risks. Don't need to take any risks at all with players and their fitness. I'm just seeing the goals back again. As we'll await the prognosis on Takehiro Tomiyasu. He has made way now. He has been replaced by Cedric Suarez, the Portuguese fullback. Got another super chat. This one from Kevin Bidgood. Kevin, thank you so much, mate. Honestly, I appreciate every donation. Thank you so much. As I keep saying to you guys previously, it gives me the opportunity to keep doing what I love doing as a job. And the more that I generate through the Chronicles of a Gooner, which is my passion project, my baby, the more time as a freelancer I can afford to then spend on improving it, making it better, putting out more content. So honestly, it is so appreciated. Rafinha and Ben White squaring up to one another there. Ben White as cool as ever, just as cool as he is in the heart of the defence. He did not flinch for a second there, Ben White. Absolutely love that. Play continues. Leeds, you feel, especially Rafinha, who's been a bright spark. He's done so much for this Leeds side this season, even when they've been playing poorly. It's probably getting sick and tired of putting in so much effort and then looking behind him and seeing his defence collapse each and every time their opponents move forward. It's going to be an Arsenal goal kick after Somerville broke forward, tried to pick out an opponent, couldn't quite do so. Inter says, would you ever do fan cams? What do you mean, would I ever do fan cams? Like, would I get loads of people to do fan cams on the channel? I wouldn't. I wouldn't do them on this channel because this is a podcast. It's not, it's not just a YouTube channel. Like, the content, with the exception of these watch-alongs that we do, is aimed at both platforms. Here come Arsenal again. It's Gabriel Martinelli. He's on a hat-trick. He's hungry. Flag's gone up against him. Effort got blocked anyway. Didn't look like he was going to get away from the centre-half in the end, but Gabriel Martinelli still looking lively. 65 minutes on the clock and Arsenal 3 goals to the good. No, just going back to Inter's question. This is the Chronicles of a Gooner is a podcast. It was a podcast before it was a YouTube channel, and now it's like found a way of making it a bit of a hybrid where we can do the shows live on YouTube, but then they also are fit for purpose and go out to the audio audience as well. So things like fan cams, I don't know if I'd have the time to sit and edit them and upload them all and stuff. And also, I don't know. I'm not a massive fan of fan cams. Like, I think they're good, and a lot of people enjoy them, and a lot of people do them on their channels and stuff, and that's great. I guess it's not really where I want to go with the channel. So I'd rather do like debate discussion type things, which we can talk about doing and getting people on streams, rather than doing like short form fan cams immediately after matches. Most of the time I'm working as well. I won't get around to uploading them quick enough for them to be effective, if that makes sense. But good question. Big thank you to Dave Karki as well. Dave, thank you so much, mate. He says, really enjoying the watch along, Harry. Really appreciate your effort. Really appreciate you tuning in, man. And love that you're a regular in the chat as well and a member. Thank you so much, man. Really, really appreciate it. And I hope all is well where you are currently. Here come Arsenal down the right-hand side with Bukayo Saka. Into Odegaard, edge of the box, tries to dink it in, falls to Saka, gets a shot off, blocked by Ayling, and then Click hooks it clear. Only as far, though, as Kieran Tierney. Here come Arsenal again. Saka, lovely 1-2 with Martinelli. Saka from the angle. Oh, it's just wide. Just wide of Ilhan Mellier's goal. Really well worked move that from the Arsenal. Picked up by Saka on the edge of the box. It was into Martinelli's feet. The pair were in such close proximity. You wondered if they would be able to fashion the opportunity. Saka goes across the goal and tracks it just slightly wide. Big hello to our listeners in Canada as well. Ayoku joins us. We've got Canada, we've got the States, we've got India, we've got Ghana, we've got Chile as well. We've got people tuning in from everywhere. It's fantastic. But even better than that, no offence to you guys, Arsenal are leading Leeds United by 3-0 at Ellen Road. So throw-in, which is going to be taken by Kieran Tierney, just inside the Leeds half. Tempo has slowed down somewhat in between those kind of moments that we've just highlighted, where Arsenal have still ventured forward. Big thank you to Junior Gunner as well for your very, very kind super chat, mate. Honestly, I'm so chuffed by the donations. Honestly, they mean the world to me. I'm so appreciative of you guys' support for the channel. Thank you. He says, I do think if Saka adds goals to his goals, you're looking at one of the best wingers in the league in approach play. Chances created, 1v1 situations and decision making. Big up to Big H. Thoughts? Yeah, I completely agree. I think his build-up play is excellent. It's so good. He's really improved in his ability to beat men as well, in terms of doing it with trickery. He's always had that burst of pace to be able to flick it past someone and go. But I think he's become a lot more tricky. And I think a lot of that is down to his confidence levels being really high at the moment as well. And that's really impressive when you consider what happened at the European Championships in the summer, that he's come back so incredibly strong. So yeah, completely agree. Build-up play, he is one of the best in the league already. I just think if he can increase the outputs, because when I compared his outputs last season, and I know he's young and I know he's still developing, and I know he played in some different positions as well, but when I compared his outputs to some of those playing in similar positions in some of the league's top performing sides, he wasn't anywhere near. He wasn't even anywhere near Nicolas Pepe. So that is certainly something he needs to improve on. And fingers crossed, there are signs, aren't there, this season that we're seeing a bit more of that. So thank you, and great point. Big shout out to Ahmed in Somalia as well, and Ray in Jamaica. Here come Arsenal. Lacazette looking to get onto the end of that ball from Gabriel, but he can't do so. Leeds look to break forward. Xhaka going into another challenge where he could have gone wild, and this time he thought twice about it, was a little bit reserved, and as a consequence doesn't win the ball for Arsenal. Here's Drame on the right-hand side. Now Rafinha in the centre of midfield, having to take up all sorts of positions is the Brazilian, just to get on the ball and get involved. Somerville into Click, back infield to Somerville. Here's the Dutchman approaching the edge of Arsenal's penalty area. He's got 3 Arsenal players around him. Leeds maintain position and work the ball out to the left-hand side. Click into Tyler Roberts, just tries to step inside Partey, who was completely aware of what the Leeds man's intentions were, and wins the ball and then brings it up to the halfway line for the Gunners. Xhaka back to Kieran Tierney. Into Cedric it goes. Cedric on the halfway line for the Gunners. Now he's inside the Leeds half. Back to Odegaard, who's taken up a deep position. Squares the ball to Xhaka. So on the halfway line here, the Swiss international. Into Odegaard again. Looks for the first time ball around the corner. Was hoping to release Gabriel Martinelli. Xhaka has it back and plays a nice ball down the line. Tierney chops it back inside for Lacazette. His pass infield toward Martinelli was blocked. Lacazette then shoves his opponent off of the ball. He'll say it was shoulder to shoulder. I think that Adam Forshaw there was well within his rights to ask for a free kick, which has been awarded, and that Leeds United have taken quickly. Here's Ayling into midfield. Forshaw brings it under control. Out to the left to Somerville. Somerville trying to make space, lays it off to Tyler Roberts. He shoots from distance. Didn't really get hold of it, Tyler Roberts. It's a comfortable save for Aaron Ramsdale down to his left-hand side. Emile Smith-Rowe is getting prepared to enter proceedings here for the Gunners. Will it be Saka that gets a bit of a breather? Will it be Martin Odegaard? Probably should be Saka, based on how much football he's played. The fact that Odegaard was taken off quite early the other night as well might mean he's got a bit more in the tank, but we shall see. I think it's 19 attempts from the Gunners, which is pretty impressive, 11 of which have been on target. Don't forget, if you're just tuning in, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is very, very much appreciated. Here is Stuart Dallas. Into the box he goes. Then shifts the ball left to Somerville. Nice reverse pass to Joe Gelhardt, who will pick it up on the byline for Leeds to the left of Aaron Ramsdale's goal. Back it goes to Somerville into the feet of Click inside the box. This is well worked from Leeds. Gelhardt goes down under a challenge from Ben White. It was a clean challenge from Ben White. And it's going to be a corner kick. Leeds were appealing for a penalty kick there. They're certainly not going to get one because it looked like a really clean challenge from Ben White. It was strong. It was powerful. Just having another look at it. Oh, does he get the ball, Ben White? Does Ben White get the ball here? I don't think he does. I think the ball comes off of him later on, but he doesn't get the ball initially in that first challenge. He's incredibly fortunate there, I think, Ben White. Yep, penalty kick. There you are. Penalty kick. Remember, I can't hear the commentary. I've seen replays of it, and it's definitely a penalty. It's the right call. It's a wild challenge from Ben White, who's normally so composed. I thought it looked clean at first glance, but when you saw the replay, you could see that Ben White's momentum took him through the man, and the ball obviously changed direction, which made it seem as though he'd won the ball, but it actually came off him after he'd already taken out the man. It's a stonewall penalty, there's no doubt about it, and it's a chance for Rafinha to score for Leeds United on 74 minutes. Can Rafinha pull one back for Bielsa's side? Rafinha versus Ramsdale, left-footed, top corner. Never in doubt, Rafinha, I think that's his 9th Premier League goal of the season. It's been an excellent form. Even the super powerful Aaron Ramsdale had no chance there. Ramsdale goes the wrong way, but had he gone the right way, he still wouldn't have got anywhere near that. It's a wonderful spot kick into the top corner, and it's Leeds United 1, Arsenal 3. Is this going to be a nervy finish? It shouldn't be, but you never know. Beg your pardon, it's 8 Premier League goals for Rafinha this season, not 9. Giving the lad too much credit. Arsenal going to get us back underway here. 75 minutes on the clock. Leeds are preparing another substitution, or perhaps they've changed their mind because the player is being passed a bib on the sidelines, which suggests that Marcelo Bielsa wants to just give this a couple more minutes and see how things pan out, because Leeds have been in the ascendancy in the last few minutes. Ball goes out towards Arsenal's left. Kieran Tierney heads only as far as Matthias Klick, who looks to release Rafinha. Across comes Gabriel. Lots of you talking in the chat box about Ben White's challenge there. It was completely out of character. I agree with a lot of you. It was really out of character. It was wild, in fact. And as I say, at first glance, when I saw the ball change direction, I thought he might have got something on it, but that's what the VAR's for, right? Here's Tyler Roberts with a shot at goal. As Odegaard plays a lovely ball in for Martinelli. He's got Saka up in support, but the idea of the hat-trick might get the best of him. He tries to play in Lacazette. He just couldn't quite get there. Ball's with Martinelli now on the left flank. Across the field it goes to Cedric Suarez. Ben White. Ball forward towards Odegaard, blocked by Forshaw. Here's Somerville. It's back to Luke Ayling. Ayling comfortable in possession at centre-back for Leeds. Under no real pressure. Arsenal's press has eased off in the latter stages, as you'd expect. But that won't sit well with Mikel Arteta, who's constantly been, urging his players and insisting that they do press forward and that they do continue to play with the same intensity. If he has to make changes, he'll make changes. But Arsenal just have switched off a little bit in this last few minutes. Now, I said at half-time that I expected the level to drop a little bit. That, when you're 3-0 up, naturally it does. But it still should be at a sufficient enough level whereby you're in control of the game. And I'm not saying that Leeds are going to come back. I still think they've got a lot of work to do. But I will say that Arsenal are in danger of letting what could have been a really comfortable victory turn into a nervy last few minutes as Bukayo Saka, as predicted, makes way and is replaced by Emile Smith-Rowe. I wonder if Smith-Rowe will play from the right or if Martin Odegaard will go out to the right-hand side. Leeds are making a change of their own. Matthias Klick makes way. I don't think he's too pleased at the decision to take him off. But he will make way, Matthias Klick. Marcelo Bielsa trying to explain to him exactly why he's been taken off. Klick not really buying it, clearly. On comes Sam Greenwood. 78 minutes on the clock here. Leeds United 1, Arsenal 3 at Ellen Road. You're with us on the live watch along here on the Chronicles of a Gooner YouTube channel. If this is the first time you're coming across to the channel, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the like button. If you're a podcast listener, if you prefer to listen to audio-only content, so you can consume it while you're walking the dog or while you're doing something else, whatever that might be, then you can check us out on all major podcast platforms as well. Cedric Suarez with a throw-in. Down the line it goes. Flipped on by Martinelli. Cedric then stabs it forward again. Down goes Alexander Lacazette on the halfway line, holding his head. Just took a Bit of a clattering from behind there. Alexander Lacazette. It's going to be an Arsenal free kick. Ben White will, well, he thought about taking it and then he steps away from it and then leaves it to Cedric Suarez. Not much in terms of options for the short ball, so instead he goes with a long diagonal one out towards Kieran Tierney. Brilliantly controlled. No, it wasn't. He took a slightly heavy touch there infield, which saw him lose out in possession. Gabriel wins a big header for Arsenal at the back. Odegaard goes down on the ground, challenging for it with Adam Forshaw, and Leeds will come away with the ball here with Stuart Dallas. Here's Forshaw on the halfway line. Odegaard is down holding his head, and the referee has paused the play as a result of that, as he should. It's a head injury. There'll be question marks as to how severe it is and whether it's a time-wasting tactic, but certainly took one from Adam Forshaw. I don't think it was necessarily a foul. I think it's one that you could argue either way, but he is down still, Martin Odegaard, and Arsenal will take this opportunity to hopefully try and take some of the sting out of Leeds, who have been very, very, I don't want to say good or impressive, because they haven't. They've been shocking all night, but in the last few minutes, they've just shown a little bit more fight, a little bit more passion, a little bit more desire. They're going to make another change, it seems. Somerville, the man who came on in the first half, has been replaced by Liam McCarron. So Bielsa subbing a sub. Not the first time he's done that. Leeds desperate to get on with things here. They're running out of time. There's around about 9 minutes of normal time remaining here, but there will be some stoppage time, of course. Been a few injuries in this second period, some head injuries, some stoppages. Ale says, I'm really rattled Cedric is playing. That Cedric is on the pitch because Tomiyasu's gone off injured, otherwise he wouldn't be. You know, that's the reality of the situation. It's not, it's something that Arteta has been forced into. I wouldn't beat him up too much about it, as Arsenal, and Gabriel in particular, does well to win Arsenal a goal kick there. Just shepherded the ball out of play. It's a goal kick from which Aaron Ramsdale is clearly going to take his time. Ramsdale will go long. No sign of the centre-backs dropping alongside him. Of course, there is some Super Sunday action. Tottenham take on Liverpool. Hopefully they drop points there, because Tottenham have been on a quietly good run. Question is, will that game even go ahead? We've seen so many games over this weekend be postponed, be halted prior to kickoff, just and so close to kickoff as well. It's been a weird thing, hasn't it? I mean, if you're traveling to one of those games, I mean, I was talking to some mates of mine who have gone up to Leeds this evening earlier on when I heard that the Villa-Burnley game was off, and I was worried for them that they'd made that journey in vain, that the game was going to get cancelled right at the last minute. Fortunately for them, and for us, because we're winning, it hasn't. You know, people will moan about the way we've played in the last sort of 15 minutes, and people will certainly complain about the fact that we've relinquished the clean sheet. But if we get out of here with 3 points, that's all that matters. And you know, it's still not been 90 brilliant minutes. We were brilliant, I thought, throughout against West Ham. Haven't needed to be brilliant throughout here, though. And we still lead with a 2-goal cushion in 83 minutes. Here's Odegaard. Nice ball into Smith Rowe. Oh, that's a wonderful Arsenal goal. It's a fourth. Smith Rowe on the score sheet again. The Smith, whatever you want to call him, he can't stop scoring at the moment. He's been sensational every time he's found himself in front of goal. It's a wonderfully worked move from the Gunners. Beautiful ball in behind the defence. It sat up nicely for Emile Smith Rowe, who made no mistake with the finish. He was the one that played the ball inside to Martin Odegaard. He drove forward and with the outside of his boot plays a perfectly timed ball in behind. It bounces beautifully for Smith Rowe, who finishes expertly. And who says that Odegaard and Smith Rowe can't play together? Wonderful combination play between the two. Arsenal lead by 4-1, and surely now there's nothing to worry about. What a goal. What a goal. Brilliantly finished. What a ball that is from Odegaard. What a ball. It's a beautiful outside of the foot, that sort of dink. So it's got that little bit of a bounce and that little bit of height just to beat the defenders and throw them off. And Emile Smith-Rowe becomes Arsenal's top goal scorer in the Premier League. Nuno Tavares is on now as well. He replaces Martin Odegaard, and I'm sure that means that Smith-Rowe will tuck in field into that 10 position, and Tavares will go out on the left, just like he did against West Ham, coming on as a late sub, just to give a little bit more stability. It's going to be an Arsenal free kick just inside their own half, as the Croydon De Bruyne does it again. Mikel Arteta will be well aware of the fact that Arsenal haven't been that great in the second half, and there have been moments in the second half where we've looked susceptible or vulnerable even to allowing Leeds back into this game. But we've done brilliantly when opportunities have come along. We've carved out plenty. Granit Xhaka goes into the book there for time wasting. He took ages over that free kick. I don't think he can complain too much, Granit Xhaka. He's lucky he wasn't in the book already prior to that. Here's Stuart Dallas at left back for the hosts. Big shout out to Zach Tidwell. Says, I like your commentary style, Harry. Just popped in as I remember you mentioned a watch along on your last podcast. Thank you so much, Zach. Really appreciate it, man, and welcome to the stream. 86 minutes on the dot, on the clock. Leeds 1, Arsenal 4. The Gunners looking to open up the gap at the top between themselves. When I say at the top, don't get carried away. I don't mean we're top of the table, but open up the gap between ourselves and West Ham United in 5th. We'll open that gap up. And put the pressure back on those chasing us. I keep saying it, look, it's not ideal that the games are being postponed and that we've got all of this nonsense going on, and that the fixture calendar is so uncertain at this moment in time. But what I will say is, if you manage to play and you manage to get the points, it really, really does heap the pressure on those around you. Lacazette and Robin Koch going at it. They've come together a couple of times this evening, and still a bit of handbags going on between the two as Martinelli comes out to the flank, goes down under a challenge from Robin Koch, who's getting carried away here and will go into the referee's book. I think Martinelli made more of that than he needed to, but people do it to us all the time. Once Martinelli gets his body there, the minute you go into the back of him, he's going to go down. And when he goes down, you'll be adjudged to have made a challenge from behind, which is simply not allowed. Robin Koch into the book, the German international who's returning for Leeds after a long period on the sidelines. And Marcelo Bielsa spoke pre-game about how he had to rush Robin Koch back because of another injury that Leeds suffered in training just before this game took place. Remember, hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Let's try and get to 200 likes. We're about 19 shy. That would be great. As Cedric Suarez looks to deliver from the right-hand side. In comes the ball. Xhaka helps it on. Emile Smith-Rowe cushions it for Gabriel, who tries to readjust his body and take a shot goalwards. In the end, it's well wide. It's never going to trouble Ilhan Meslier, who takes the goal kick quickly. Tony Chelebi says, will Bielsa get the sack after this? I mean, you ship 11 goals in 2 games. I think serious questions have to be asked. But I think the Man City game, it can happen to anybody. They're that bloody good. I won't read too much into that, but this performance has been particularly worrying, I would say, from a Leeds perspective. Equally, though, they do have, as Jermaine Beckford said in the build-up to the game, 11 players out. 11 players out. Is somebody else going to be able to work miracles with this squad, given how depleted it is at the moment? I'm not so sure. And I think Marcelo Bielsa's earned the right at Leeds to be stuck with during a difficult period, because we talk a lot about loyalty in football. And I think for me, Marcelo Bielsa, getting them back into the Premier League after such a long time out, then doing so well last season, is in a place where he probably has earned the club or earned the right to be given a little bit more time. Although, the Premier League is very cutthroat, and unfortunately, even if you make the decision 1-2 games too late, you can pay for it. Tough one, but there'll definitely be conversations about his future for sure. Raphael Lim says, enjoying your commentary, Harry. When are you going to do this again? I'm not exactly sure, mate, but I will keep you guys posted via the podcast and social media as always. As I say, done loads of them during the lockdown because I was working from home all the time and it was really, really easy. But now when I'm getting to games and when I've got work on other games immediately before or immediately after, it causes me a problem. And I don't always have the ability to do the full watch along. But given the way that things panned out today, there was no games before, which meant that I wasn't working despite being scheduled to. So it just freed up a bit of time and made this possible. But thank you, of course, for joining in. Thank you to Wesbird as well. Says, got to leave early, guys. Sorry. Thanks, Harry. Love to everyone. Thank you for tuning in, as always. Leeds come down the right flank. Is Somerville, the substitute. Apologies. It's not Somerville. Told you, should have written my notes. The geezer that came on for Leeds, what's his bloody name? The young lad. Shocking professionalism for me. I promise you, if this was a proper commentary, I'd be doing my homework. I'd have done my homework. I'd have much more notes ahead of me. Here's Alexander Lacazette. Leeds fans beginning to leave Ellen Road. 91 minutes on the clock. The fourth official indicated that there would be 3 added on. We've had 1 of those, as I say. Come on, let's try and get the likes up to 200. We're 14 shy now. Don't forget, around about half an hour after we conclude this podcast, I'll be bringing you the post-match reaction show. As Saka plays the ball back to Gabriel. Here is Gabriel at centre-half. Big shout out to J-Bone, who says, all right, Harry, love to stream. Got to get this COVID test. NYC didn't have a good weekend. Neither has London, my friend. As Xhaka looks to go beyond Luke Ayling. He's dispossessed. Leeds win it back. And have it now with Ayling at centre-back. It's a long ball out towards the right wing. One in the air by Nuno Tavares. Headed down to Emile Smith-Rowe on the halfway line. He'll turn and carry it down the left-hand side. Looks for Tavares. The pass to the Portuguese fullback was slightly short and it just allowed Tyler Roberts to get a foot in. Leeds fans in good voice considering that they're trailing by 4-1. Can anyone tell me what it is they're singing? That's watching it on TV. It's got the audio. So they look to come down the right-hand side, but Aaron Ramsdale just alert as ever, comes to the edge of his box and will just allow himself some time to pick the ball up. Marcelo Bielsa will take encouragement from the fact that the Leeds fans are up and supporting the team despite their current troubles. Aaron Ramsdale urging Ben White to clear the ball long. Ben White will then carry it. Of course, he gave away the penalty that led to Leeds' 1 goal this evening, denying himself and his defensive colleagues a clean sheet. There it is. Full-time whistle goes. It has finished up at Elland Road. Leeds United 1, Arsenal 4. Gabriel Martinelli with a brace. Bukayo Saka added the third with a deflected effort. And a wonderful assist from Martin Odegaard, who'd been brilliant all night. Found Emile Smith-Rowe, the substitute, through on goal. He made no mistake with the finish and added Arsenal's 4th to put out any Leeds United hope of a recovery. It's a good performance from the Gunners overall. It's an excellent result. And as I say, with all the other teams, or many of the teams around us having their games postponed this weekend, to be able to get the points on the board come the end of the season could prove invaluable. Really, really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed watching it in you guys' company. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for the very kind donations throughout the program. Thank you for all your questions and live interaction. Thank you for all your likes. If you haven't hit the like button, make sure you do it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm going to go and take a little bit of a break. Around about half an hour's time, we'll be back at 8 p.m. UK time for the Instant Reaction podcast. If you're not sick of me and you fancy tuning into that, come along. Yeah, be good to have you. Catch you all soon. Take care.
You're listening to the Chronicles of a Gooner, the Arsenal podcast.
I'm Martin Tyler, and you're listening to Harry Symeou.